Can you go so deep into the past that, in fact, it stops you moving forward?
Well, possibly, but I don't think I have, you know. I think I constantly move, and I think that stand-up comedy is part of the reason that I do, because I'm always refreshing my life by being out there on the stage. I love that experience.
In '98, you won Tropfest with a film with the appropriate title of Intolerance. Here's a little excerpt.
It's just wild times in that taxi, you know. He's doing the sunroof in the cab. Zick, hey, zick, hey. And we're just going wildly neo-Nazi Germany, 1997. Zick, hey. Anti-Semitism is rife. Zick, hey. And, you know, the policy of genocide and all this sort of stuff.
I don't believe there was 6 million killed. I don't believe it. I think it was probably maybe, you know, a couple of thousand, and the rest was all dummies.
Can you explain the backstory to that short film?
The backstory to that was a real incident that happened to me in Melbourne, and I got into a taxi, and the cab driver was espousing Nazi rhetoric. This guy started with, you know, the Jews, you know, they deserved it, you know, we Germans, this and that. So I got in, and I pretended that I was a German and a sympathiser, and I said, yeah, you're right, you know, it's a time to come for the Fourth Reich, it's, you know, die Vöglein im Walde, die singen so wunderbar. And we started to sing in the cab, and
he was genuinely singing with you.
He was genuinely singing along. Yeah. He knew all these the war songs. Nach Frankreich Sorgenzeugerin hier sie fahren in Russland gefangen, and he was making us, you know, the sunroof with the Sieg Heil, and so I just kept working on him until, you know, we were so euphoric with this whole Nazi propaganda thing, and then I turned into an Israeli Secret Service agent. And said, look, you think it's coincidence I got in your taxi? Actually, we are tracking you now for 50 years, from Paraguay to Argentina to Chile to this taxi. You killed 6 million Jews. We're going to kill 6 million Germans, starting with you. That was what I said, and he was sweating, this guy, and I thought it was a good idea to make it to a film.
What do you like when you meet German people?
I like having them in my audience, and in Byron Bay, they're always there in Byron Bay for some reason. Backpackers. And German backpackers. So I like to single them out and make them apologise.
What makes you laugh?
Well, like I said, I really love the humour of Barry Humphries, because he tends to get right underneath and right into and deep into this culture. And I love him for that. He doesn't even acknowledge me. I'll see him in a shop and he'll turn around and do something else. But that's okay.
Well, that's interesting, though, because after your car accident, which you were nearly killed, a Melbourne comedian said, look, the results of Sandy's car accident are indeed a tragedy. In other words, that you didn't die. And
who said that?
It was unsourced, but it was a pretty funny quote.
It's a funny quote. Yeah. I'll track him down.
Yeah. I think he was German.
He was German? A backpacker? A backpacker comedian?
From the Ukraine, actually.
From the Ukraine?
Yes,
Which part? Kazakhstan?
It's getting better for you all the time.
Australiana's still selling records over there.
And I know that recently, I think your people made an approach for you to go on Rove McManus's show, and back came the response.
Yeah.
Rove and his crew are not fans of Sandy's work. I think it's fair to say that you're not beloved within the industry. Is that good for you?
It's never been a problem for me, mate. And it's not a problem for me either with when people in the audience don't like what I do and they leave. Like I said to you, if they leave, fine, it's good. The more people leave, the better. But
see, I don't believe that.
You don't believe
it?
Why?
I don't believe
Why?
that.
No, that's true. I mean, wouldn't you rather have an audience of appreciative people that really get you? Well, that's what it's all about.
But if you're going to do the great work, if you are going to get down to that great work, and that's what you want to do, don't you want that great work?
You're going to have an empty room, though, aren't you?
Why?
Because, Van Gogh sold one painting in his life.
Is that what you want to be?
Actually, he didn't sell any paintings in his life.
Do you have a brother that will go and watch you? Is that what you want to be?
I have a brother that cut his ear off. But...
Is that what you want to be, though?
No. Well, because this is an interesting point, right? It is an interesting point. I want to be... every comedian wants to be beloved, right? And every human being wants to be beloved. I know that everybody's not going to love a comedian like me. Rove McManus is not going to love a comedian like me. There are a lot of people out there who will not love a comedian like me, but I love the comedian that I am. I love being the comedian that I am because I'm striving to be something. I'm striving to do something great in my life. Not something just that I will not be proud of, but something that I would be really proud of, something that will really touch something. Now, if there's one person listening to that, that's okay.
You've been working for a number of years, and I think it may be about to happen on a film called There's Something About Jesus. What can we expect?
Well, There's Something About Jesus is my first feature film where I would star. I've done several projects now where I've had cameo parts, and this will be a lead role where I play a character called Holden Mudrock. I think it's a very funny movie. It's got global reach. It's sharp, it's clever, it's edgy, and it's out there, and it's very much zeitgeist, you know, which is
a German word.
A German word, and I picked that because I knew that you knew that was a German word.
Sandy, it's been great talking to you.
Been great talking to you too, Andrew. Loved it.